106, this is business class. Coach class will be up the way.
I'm with the private party, the sequel train folks. Do you know what coaches they're in?
8 and 9.
Thank you.
Keep going.
There's some familiar people. How you doing, Chris?
Good. Did you see anywhere to steal your gear?
All right, we'll
We're all
do.
wandering around, so
That's okay.
Yep.
All who wander are not lost.
Yes.
Always working. How are you, Hamish? So you go to Washington State University?
Cougars, man.
That's a long ways from home.
It is,
man.
Yeah. We won last night.
All right, against
Another team.
my team. My dad's an alumni, and I have no idea who the
really?
Cougars were playing. Yeah.
I actually got on a plane from LAX to Seattle,
Right.
and I was wearing this shirt. And as I got on the plane, the front half of the plane was like Cougars. So I turned around. So I was like, "Where is she?"
I get it. I get
And
it.
then I was like, "What?" And they said, "Your shirt." And I was like,
So where did you pick up the shirt?
"I just."
We are on the sequel train. This is the baggage car right here. You can see all of our baggage in there. There's bikes. I didn't even know there was a baggage car behind the engine. But behind me, in front of me actually, in front of me are the sequel people. You have 2 coaches. We're walking down the aisle.
Here I come.
Hello. Hello. All right, there's Ted. Ted always wears a fish shirt because he's fish head Ted. All right. Yep. Yeah. When he's not Doctor Strange. And Melody. Anyway, all these people. I'm not going to introduce everybody. Hello. On the sequel train. Chris is our organizer. He put the sequel train together. Yeah. Way cool. Yes. All right. Quick. All right. Everybody say hi. Let's do the wave. I don't know how you're going to do the wave, but. All right. Yeah. All right. And there's Andy. Right. And there's Erlen and Martin. Awesome. Hello. Sequel train people. Hello. Party people. Just wow. Just way over the top. Hello. Hello, sequel train people. Say hello. All right. Hello. Howdy. Maybe we'll say hello. All right. Taking a tour of the sequel train. All right. Tour of the sequel train. There's Hugo feverishly checking his email. Hello. Sequel train people, say hello. All right. Doing a quick tour of the sequel train. Quick tour of the sequel train. Hello, Rob, Alan. Whoa, as he falls over. All right, more sequel train people. Woo. Hello. All right, say hello. Is everybody on this coach part of the sequel train? All right, just want to make sure before I invade anybody's privacy, because you all signed non-disclosure, waivers. Hello. Hello. Say hello, sequel train people. All right. Say something witty. What?
Say something witty.
Say something
now.
witty now. All right. Quick, come on.
Kubernetes.
Nice. Say hello. All right. This is the power couple right here.
I'm on the Oracle airplane.
The Oracle airplane?
Yeah.
What is the Oracle?
It's like the sequel train. It's Larry's.
Well, of course, because they have so much money because their prices are so
He
incredibly
operates
high.
it just like airplane. Every time you want to use a new feature, you got to swipe your credit card. You want to go to the bathroom? Well, that'll be $15.
Nice. Yes. That's a feature. In our world, we call that Enterprise Edition. Okay. Hello, sequel train people. Say hello again. I know that you said hello earlier. But there you go. I do want donuts. Yes. I went to the coffee shop and I purposely skipped the pastries so that I could have donuts. We must be turning a corner. All right. I don't know if you know this, but we just passed my house. Yes. What's it? Yeah. The real big one. It's back a ways in the subdivision, but yes. All right. What kind of donuts do we have? Voodoo.
2 different boxes.
All right. Let's see what's in there.
And bacon.
And then we have the donut from Coronas over here.
All right, I see. All right. So there's the voodoo donut. Voodoo is definitely not donuts for grown-ups.
We have all the sugar groups over here.
So, okay, is this a maple bar?
You're the second person that asked us. We give you the same answer.
Right.
You have no idea.
All right, what's in the Blue Star box?
Oh, we got some better ones here.
These are all like wraps.
Well, you can't really tell, yeah. Yeah, there's a really good fritter.
It's like a fritter. I'm kind of a fritter guy.
It's a bourbon bacon fritter.
Oh, okay. I could do a bourbon bacon. Is this one or that one?
Whichever one you'd like.
I'm gonna start.
Full one, take it.
I'm gonna take the half one.
That's good.
All right. So Bob, you're on the SQL train. We're heading up to Pass Summit. So just as a newbie in the industry, what should someone be thinking about? What's the most important skill that you would advise them to learn about?
If you're a newbie in the industry right now, I think probably the most important skill you could have is to build your network. That's certainly what worked for me. Come to events like this, come to Pass Summit, come to SQL Saturdays, come to a user group, meet people, make connections.
So we're on our way to Pass Summit. So first of all, what are you most interested in learning about or seeing this week as you attend?
For me, the summit is not so much about learning. For me, the summit is about meeting with the people from the industry at the summit and talking to them, which for me provides much more learning than going to a presentation. There will still be some presentation I'm looking forward to, but it's more about the connecting with people that have similar challenges that I have in my job and asking them for their personal experience on it.
Okay, so with the industry changing, with products changing, what should a person with less experience, or someone who's just breaking into the industry, be focused on right now?
Figuring out where to get the information.
Yeah.
IT became way too complex for you to know it. Yeah. When I started, instruction manuals were 1 or 2 volumes. If you print SQL Server documentation today, you're halfway to the moon.
Interested in learning more about Databricks and Python and some Azure Data Factory probably.
Okay. All right. So as a newbie in the industry, I'm completely overwhelmed with so many choices and so many different things to learn. What should I be focused on? Let's say as a BI person.
I don't know. I would try to go through and just look at some different tracks and just attend a variety of sessions. Don't get stuck on going like all the sessions on like SSIS or all the sessions on Power BI. Get a good mix of different levels and as well as just topics, I think.
Okay. And as a 20+ year veteran like yourself who's been around the block and have learned a lot of different things, what should we be thinking about? What's changing?
I think it's definitely a focus away from on-premise, right? So it's more in the cloud somehow, whether that's platform as a service and, things like Power BI service, but even Power BI reporting server, there's still use cases for that, right? But,
yeah.
So there's a lot of kind of hybrid things to look for. I think I would definitely be looking at, kind of data lakes and thinking about that kind of a BI architecture. And kind of, again, Databricks, I think is going to be, you're going to see a lot of push around that. It'll be interesting to see kind of what their new focus is. The one thing, the hyperscale, the new SQL Server feature.
I'm looking forward to the pre-cons I'm going to, which is Jenny Cherry's security, and then the Git pre-cons. So to learn how to more deal with the idiosyncrasies of using that source control.
Okay, fantastic.
And then networking and meeting friends and community zone and SQL family. So
Okay, good stuff. Erlen, how about you?
Well, I'm looking forward to all having a good time, going to good sessions. I'm also going to the Git thing on Tuesday. And also, very exciting for me, for the first time I will be presenting on Friday.
You're never nervous, Erlen. I've seen you speak so many times. You never come off as being nervous. All right. All right.
It's going to be intense.
You made a job change fairly recently as well.
About a year ago.
Okay.
Yeah, right before Pass Summit last year. I went to work for Redgate. So it's a dream job. I still wake up every day and wonder if it's actually true. Like, could this actually happen? And I work with an amazing group of people. Like, like to name drop? I
Sure.
work with Steve Jones, Grant Fritchie,
Yeah.
Kendra Little.
Wow.
So somehow
This
I've
is some of
managed-
my heroes.
They're my heroes too. Somehow I've managed to get on a team with those people, so it's like, it's amazing. It's so much fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to at Summit most of all?
Mostly, meeting up with people, just the people I don't get to see that often. But I'm also presenting the most dangerous presentation of the week.
Which is?
Kerberos configuration.
Oh, yes.
It's the most dangerous. Not for the audience is nothing to be afraid of. Well, I do.
Yep.
If something would go wrong, because that's something that can typically be very frustrating and take a long time to figure out the stupid thing that went wrong.
Right.
So I'm hoping that I'm able to do it successfully.
You remember what Kerberos is in Greek mythology?
Yeah, Cerberus, the three-headed dog.
Yeah, the three-headed dog from hell
Yes.
that guarded the gates of Hades. Yeah.
Yes, and in fact, I'll have a really nice video to show about a modern-day Cerberus.
Right. Awesome.
Really cute.
What advice would you give to someone who's breaking into the industry? Let's say in the BI space, what should they be paying attention to?
BI space.
Yeah.
What they should be paying attention to?
Yeah.
I think artificial intelligence and data science, machine learning. It just seems like that's the next thing.
This is the Tacoma Narrows and the Puget Sound right here. Oh, it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day, and I'm joined by the beautiful Catherine Wilhelmsen. How are you, Catherine?
I'm good. I have Kendra's spiked sparkling water. So
Awesome.
the train is good.
Yep. that's something you will not get on the conference floor at Summit.
No,
Yes.
definitely
Yeah.
not.
The rules are a little different here on the
They
SQL
are,
train.
yes.
So you're a longtime SQL train
Yes.
writer.
Yep.
All right. And first of all, what were your impressions of Oregon SQL Saturday yesterday?
It's
Yes.
one of my favorite events.
Uh-huh.
And it's funny for me.
One of
going
your
through-
favorite events.
Well, I have to say Oslo, of course. So they all start with an O. It's Oslo
Yes.
in Oregon.
I see.
But they
Okay.
are probably
Actually, it's
the-
Portland, so it'd be.
Sorry?
Well, it would be Portland and Oslo, so they don't start.
Well,
I'm just here to.
it's Saturday,
I'm just here
Oregon,
to
though.
contradict you.
All right. Well, are you going to do that throughout the whole
No,
thing?
no, I'm not. I promise.
No, so it's funny. The first time I went, I was just a volunteer, but I was roped into doing a 5-minute lightning talk, and after that, it's kind of just progressed, and I love coming back.
Well, so we're heading to Pass Summit. So what are you looking forward to most at Pass Summit?
Just seeing all my friends again.
All right.
Yeah, so it's starting here at SQL Train. We're 65 people here or something, so 65 of my closest friends.
Awesome.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to catching up with everyone, attending a few sessions that I have as must-sees, and basically just having a good week.
All right.
Yeah.
So and as the Queen of Bimmel,
Yeah.
what's changing and what should people be paying attention to? Just in the SSIS space or the Bimmel space or
So
ETL space?
Yeah, so for ETL, it's definitely two things. It's Azure Data Factory and it's Azure Databricks. Those are the two things that you probably want to look into if you're coming from the SSIS side. I know Bimmel has support for ADF.
Where are you from and what do you do?
I live in Oakland, California.
Okay.
And I'm plain old DBA.
Plain old DBA. Okay, that's a PODBA. Awesome. Is your work moving to the cloud?
They're attempting.
Yeah.
They're attempting.
Okay.
There's
It's a journey. It's not a destination.
Really a journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a journey. Wouldn't you say? Is our portal is a journey?
It's a journey in circles.
What are you looking forward to at Pass Summit?
Mostly a lot of networking with fellow professionals, but also looking for lots of Power BI stuff. So that's kind of been the focus. Analysis
Did you say
services.
less of Power BI or lots of Power BI?
Lots, yeah.
Lots,
I mean,
lots.
I think, yeah, exactly, lots.
Look at
That's
Local
kind of been
Lots.
my main focus. So yeah, and any of the new stuff with analysis services, especially tabular.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully the XMLA endpoint, they can get that up and running in Power BI.
That was pretty good news this week.
Yeah.
to see that
It's getting there.
Power BI becomes a real proper analysis services
Yep,
host.
Exactly.
That's kind of
So,
cool
looking
stuff.
for more on that because we're pretty much dedicated to going that route where I'm working. So
Yeah, I think a lot of people are kind of there, and
Right.
that's been this decision point. So, as a consultant,
Right.
do I recommend using analysis services on-prem through the gateway to connect Power BI, or is it Azure analysis services? And now it's just the Power BI service, which is kind of cool.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to any new news they've got on that. For
Okay.
sure, definitely.
My name is James McGillivray.
This week, what are you looking forward to the most?
Well, it's my first summit. I'm extremely excited. I've been wanting to come for a couple of years now, and for various reasons, finance and other things, it's been a bit tricky, but I've managed to get out here this year, and I'm extremely excited to network, to meet people, to spend some time getting to know, to learn, and I'm doing a session on Friday, which I'm incredibly nervous about, which is why everyone else is drinking beer and eating donuts,
And
I'm
you're
practicing.
prepping. You're working on your computer.
I am.
Well, James, I know that even though this is your first summit, that you've been in the industry for quite some time.
Yes.
All right.
10 years to be precise.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
So,
and you're from South Africa.
I'm from Johannesburg, South Africa.
Okay.
And I've been to the States a couple of times for work, but this is my first summit.
All right.
So yeah, very excited.
So what are you looking forward to most at Summit?
At Summit, the after parties.
What's that?
The after parties.
The after parties. Okay. All right. You gonna go learn anything, or are you just there to party?
A lot of nice advanced analytics sessions this year.
Okay.
Which I'm looking into going to. The Python, NSQL, and RNSQL. So I know they've been there for a while, but it's quite nice that it's been evolving a little bit.
All right. So what is your specialty? What skills do you focus on the most?
Advanced analytics, model building, machine learning. Used to be SQL dev, a lot more on the developer side, but moved to analysis this last 2-3 years.
Okay. And for someone who wants to break into the analytics space, what tools should they be focused on, and what learning resources would you point them at?
I think if you start with something like Kaggle, Visual Studio comes installed with Anaconda, which is a good starting point where the cookie cutters guide you through all the steps of machine learning. But if you go to a resource like Kaggle, it's the same. It's a notebook interface with a lot better resources of learning.
Good. Based on that history, just in the IT industry, around databases, software development, managing systems, what advice would you give to someone getting started in their career now?
Well, I'm a developer programmer, so I'd tell them to go learn how to program, learn SQL. You get a skill that'll never go away. If you don't like the program, development work towards BI, because that is tremendously expanding field, and the tools are unbelievable.
Terrific. Thank you. Rob Volk from Atlanta. Hey, I'm awesome. I'm on the SQL train with party people like you. So what's going on at Past Summit? What are you looking forward to? Is my lens dirty?
There was chrome on your lens.
Okay.
Your camera ate a donut earlier.
That was from the Blue Star Donuts that I just had. All right, what's going on at Past Summit you're looking forward to?
We're going on a SQL train. This is my 5th SQL train. I think I'm one of 4 original SQL train members that have been on every single one. And this year is Pass's version 20, V20 Pass Summit. It's the 20th Pass Summit. It's coincidentally my 20th year using SQL Server as well. So I'm going to see if I can incorporate that into, been selected to speak at Speaker Idle again this year. And wanted to see if I can put in some 20-year retrospective kind of material in the presentation.
So let's see now, 20 years, that takes us back to 1998. That would be SQL Server 7.0.
That's when it was released. I started on 6.5, and 7.0 comes out like a week later, and I'm like, crap, I want to upgrade, and I can't.
do a stop here.
We're in the woods.
While we wait for a southbound Amtrak Cascades to finish making. This red trail
And this is the beautiful thing about the SQL train. Let's see. So what advice would you give to someone who's new in the industry, or somebody like a lot of us here who have been doing the same things for a long time, but want to make sure that we keep our skills fresh? What should we be paying attention to?
Oh my God, you're asking the wrong person, because I'm constantly guilt-tripping myself.
Well, we all are.
The stuff
We all are.
should do. I have way too much fun doing the old-fashioned stuff. But what we should be doing is making sure we get to understand Azure, making sure we get out of our relational comfort zone, get into the other database technologies, the other data technologies. Just keeping up with everything that's happening on Azure, it takes about 26 hours a day, and then you have to work as well.
Okay, so I'm Angela Henry. What else do you want to know?
That's a good start.
Okay.
So Angela, you spoke at Oregon SQL Saturday yesterday. What was your topic?
I talked about data types and why they matter.
Why do data types matter in 30 seconds or less?
Data types matter because if you're using the incorrect data type, you could actually get the incorrect result for a query. So it also affects your performance. So who cares how fast it is if you get the wrong answer?
Okay, sounds good. So for someone who may be breaking into the industry, it can be a little overwhelming. There's just so much technology, so many tools. What would you advise a newcomer to focus on? Or how do they make those choices?
How do they make those choices?
Yeah.
Find out what interests you. That is the biggest thing. Find out what interests you. If it's BI related, if it's database related, if it's administration, find out what interests you and pursue that avenue.
Okay. And for an old timer like myself, hey, we've been doing been doing the same thing for 20-25 years.
That's me too.
So how do we keep our skills fresh? What's important to focus on and change?
Again, find out what you're interested in,
Okay.
and follow that direction.
I'm interested in not having to learn new stuff, but that's not working for me.
That's not going to work so much. No. So
All right.
you do have to keep learning,
Yeah.
and opportunities like Oregon SQL is a perfect place to do that.
We're heading up to Pass Summit. So first of all, you just spoke in Portland. What'd you talk about?
I talked about the transaction log for developers.
Okay.
Introduction to the transaction log.
All right. Why is that important?
Because by understanding how the transaction log works, developers can understand how to write more efficient code to use SQL Server the way it's meant to be used, and the transaction log is a big part of that.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for speaking. It's
Thank you for
awesome to have you in Portland.
Great event.
Yeah, well, what are you looking forward to at Pass Summit, which is another great event?
A week of networking. I'm doing 2 pre-cons, BI in the cloud tomorrow, and then the Tiger team, Bob Ward, members of the Tiger team are going to be speaking about the kind of future of SQL Server on Tuesday. So I'm really excited about that.
Great.
Saw Bob talk at SQL in the city a couple of weekends ago about 2019.
All right, I need to see some fucking tickets right away.
Looking forward to getting my presentation, the very last slide.
Okay, which means that's always a fun slide. I've had that one a few times.
Half the people are already on a plane, and the other half are 6 shoots to the wind.
Right.
They're getting ready to leave.
They're either locals or they're actually they're not the locals. The locals go home. It's the people who are waiting for the flight the next morning.
They're the ones.
Right.
But this will be the first time I'm giving a team presentation with Phil Helter.
Okay.
So that for me is kind of a stretch, and it's a new thing for me to try to do. So
What's the title of your session?
SSIS Smackdown. Package versus project deployment. So he and I are going to I'm going to be package, he's going to be project, and we're going to go back and examine it from both just to see which might be the victor.
My advice would be never be afraid to say I don't know, and then go find out.
Okay.
Go learn it.
All right.
That's probably the best advice I can say.
How about to somebody who's been in the industry for quite some time? How do we keep our skills fresh? How do we figure out what to focus on, pay attention to?
So for me, it's about going out to the Microsoft Docs or to any other place and going and learning the thing, not learning about it.
Yeah.
To do it.
All right.
If you want to learn partitioning, don't go read a book about partitioning. Don't go read about somebody else partitioning. Go and partition a database. Go and do it, and then use the docs to help. Use all the websites and all the Pluralsight and everywhere you have options to go learn it, and do it. Don't just learn it.
Kendra Little, we've already had a lot of fun just while I was changing the battery in the camera here, so we'll have to go back and relive those moments.
We will.
All of them.
The donkey club.
So Kendra, you have been doing training, which you're really good at, by the way. I've watched a number of your sessions, and very, very entertaining and memorable, and I've learned some things along the way, which I really love your training style.
Accidental learning.
But you're working for Redgate now.
I am.
Which is pretty awesome.
It is.
So how's that going? Tell us about your Redgate gig.
Oh, it's really interesting. So I'm about 2 months in at this point, and it has been terrific learning both about how Redgate does DevOps internally in terms of making the products that we sell, and also how we can help enable companies the best to do DevOps too. So it's really cool because there's this meta story in addition to the story of what we help people do with the products.
Cool.
Great combo.
And you're sitting here on the SQL train from Portland to Seattle with Kathy Kellenberger, who I talked to earlier, another new Redgater. So what are you looking forward to most at Summit?
Ooh, what am I looking for? So I have an interesting situation with my session that is going to be on Friday.
Okay.
And what I'm most looking forward to is figuring out what I get to demo in my session.
All right.
So this is totally public, and I can talk about it. My session is on functions in SQL Server in T-SQL. And we already know, it's already been announced by Microsoft that they're working on these new improvements to scalar functions.
Oh, good.
In SQL Server.
I think we'll all look forward to that.
Be next, right? But the cool new features are not yet in public preview. So I am waiting, drum roll please, to find out whether or not I get to end my talk with showing all this cool new stuff, or whether I just get to talk about what the cool new stuff might be.
You may get to say, and there's some other cool stuff coming, but I can't show you.
I can show you a white paper about it.
Right.
Which is not quite as exciting as actually showing the cool new stuff. But signs are, I'm being optimistic, signs are really, really good that we are not only going to get to see lots of cool new stuff at Summit, but that I will get to show some cool new stuff at Summit. But yes, that is what I'm actually on the edge of my seat about, is figuring out, will we get to actually show some of this among all the cool new stuff.
We're heading to SQL Pass, to Pass Summit. What are you looking forward to the most?
Frankly, I'm just looking forward to exactly what we're doing now, just seeing friends, really. I mean, because I've built up so many relationships over the last however many years I've been doing this. I want to say this is number 6 for me. Yeah, so it's just a great joy to see all of these different colleagues that have become friends over all these different years. So honestly, that's what's that's my big thing.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, and you're with Century One now, so you're focused on tools and monitoring and optimization. In that vein, what's changed and what's changing?
Oh, that's a great question. You're going to make me think now. Well, I mean, obviously what's changing is, everyone's moving to the cloud and things of that nature. The types of things that, how we're monitoring things are changing. But, it's one of those things of, something, as things change, some things just stay the same.
Yeah.
You still have lousy code out there. You still have servers that are under duress. You still have the need to deal with those, even with AI improvements, optimizer improvements, improvements in the SQL Server stack. There's still SQL servers out there that are always in pain because unfortunately there are still humans behind it, and humans make mistakes.
True.
So,
Yep. And until the robots that Kendra was talking about take over our jobs,
but who programs the robots?
True.
Humans.
Yep. And somehow it's all going to be our fault.
Exactly. It will be our fault in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
So I'm relying on human stupidity to prevent Skynet from actually being able to rule us all.
Hello. Goodbye.
You're not getting off the train, are you?
I am getting off. I gotta go get my luggage.
Oh.
It's in Kent. In my car.
Oh, I see. That's a good place to go then.
Yeah, I'll be at Denny's session Monday morning.
We'll see you up there.
No arguments here.
So
that's new. But you're not arguing.
There's a legitimate reason, but you need more than one office.
Oh, I've never turned down a scoop waffle. Thank you. The original Dutch waffle.
The basic outline of the story of your group of friends, war breaks out, everyone makes their own choices. How does that affect your life? Oh, we're there already. And you talk with someone who can help you with the response that you don't understand, or just whispering in your ear what's happening? Well, only watch the movie the subtitles, knowing where the scenes are, yeah, it's okay. And then like a one-on-one adaptation. You make the choice that here's good to you at that point, or you make a bad choice, but here's the emotional state that you were in, and even the bad guys can somewhat understand the choice. That would be for me, that gives a better picture.
Landon's been running up like 20. Too bad their defense can't.
Almost.
We'll get Steve.
Deadlock. We got a deadlock.
Yep.
Yeah.
Roll back early. Roll back.
There's always a database joke.
guy's driving at a reasonable speed.